or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Money's coming to me.
The Dow, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ all posting record closes for the second day in a row today, with bank stocks leading the way on the S&P.
The bank stocks. Everybody's all excited about the bank stocks. Well, the bank stocks aren't doing well at all. In fact, they're doing terrible. But nobody wants to talk about the banks. Because, see, the banks were never fixed. Remember, after 2008, the geniuses, Congress, and our Federal Reserve decided, let's not take the cause of the crash, the housing crash, financial crash. Let's not take that and figure out what's wrong and fix it. Let's just prop it up. Let's prop the economy up. That's all they want to do, is just prop it up, because they could make so much more money. And we've been propping this economy up for so long now that all we're doing is borrowing and borrowing to prop up the economy. And people have no clue what's going on. And here they are talking about the banks all day long, and the banks are almost ready to collapse. People have no idea what's going on with the banks. In 2019, September 2019, the banks could not loan to each other. They would not loan to each other. There wasn't enough liquidity. And if they had it, they wouldn't do it because they didn't trust each other. So one evening in September 2019, there was an emergency meeting where the Federal Reserve printed all this money, about $200 billion, and gave it to the banks so they could open up the doors. Now, that's not long ago. We're talking 2019. And since then, they've been doing $250 billion every month to keep those bank doors open. So at night, when they're finished all their loans, if one bank, and I said this before, if one bank was, they lent out $2 million more than they have, another bank would lend them the money. Next night, another bank lend out too much money, another bank would take care of him. Then he'd pay him in the morning at 10% VIG. That's how they used to do it. But since September of 2019, that all stopped. It all stopped. And you know, it wasn't long ago, I think it was like 6-7 weeks ago, in one day, they had to print like $970 billion to keep the banks open. But nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about that. Oh, we're hearing all this garbage about the Green Deal and everything else, and the pandemic and all this stuff. We should be talking about debt, because it's going to kill us all. It's a good way we can make a lot of money in the market, however, because when the debt does kill the market, does kill the economy, we're going to be able to make money when the market drops. But think about this. It took just 4 presidents, just 4, in 20 years to increase our nation's debt by 366%. What are you, nuts? We could have taken that $28 trillion worth of debt, and they could have gave $78,000 to every living person in the United States. And they could have given a check for $201,000 for every household. See, Congress should be allocating more time and energy towards addressing the national debt. Never mind the Green Deal and all this other garbage. People have no clue what's going on. When every day I see, it's not if we're going to have a crash. Of course we're going to have a crash. It's getting closer and closer. And every Friday at 6 to 7 o'clock, I post on my YouTube channel the reasons why we're getting closer to a crash. I review the week and point out specific things, identifying, okay, this is what happened. That's why we're getting closer to a crash. You should look, it's free for everybody. It's on my YouTube channel. We put a lot of work into it. So we can, hopefully this time, people won't be surprised like they were with the dot-com crash, the housing crash, the pandemic crash, which, by the way, there was no pandemic crash. It was going to crash anyways in February 2020. Just happened to be the pandemic hit at the same time, so they could call it the pandemic crash. Congress should allocate more time, much more time, to this problem. This is our major, they're talking about inflation. This is what gets me. Is it transitory? Is it transitory? Never mind worried about inflation if it's transitory. You should be worried about the economy. That's what's transitory. This economy that everybody's calling booming. That's transitory because we never had a recovery. Because the geniuses didn't want a recovery because they couldn't make money fast enough. Our owners, plus the people they take care of, the 1 percentile. They don't want any recovery, because recovery requires a recession, and that may be painful for 6 months. They don't want to go through that. Instead, they would skip that part. And now we're all going to suffer for it. This will be the biggest crash ever. Because instead of fixing the economy, they said, the hell with it. Never mind a recovery. Let's just prop it up. Get the old printing machines going. This is nuts. And then they're all talking about, this is inflation transitory. Start looking at the economy. Because, see, the economy's been transitory since 2008. It's all fake. And with interest rates at zero, and keeping rates at zero for 13 years, we can't turn back. All this massive debt, you can't raise rates. Why do you think the big tech stocks, every day, they're in there printing money to make sure the tech stocks go up? Because they can't allow interest rates to go up. So by printing all this money called QE and dropping interest rates down to zero, big tech stocks go up. And people are looking at big tech stocks going up. Oh, isn't this wonderful? Wow, this is wonderful. When they should be looking at it as the red herring. They should be looking at it and say, oh my God, are you kidding me? These tech stocks are going straight up since 2013, which telling us since 2013 we're going to have the biggest crash ever. It's warning us. It's warning us. Big tech stocks going up is because the economy's going down. See, when you have low rates, called low yields, that means that's a warning, a red flag. The economy's going to crash. The economy's doing terrible. You want interest rates going up. You want high yields. You want the bank stocks going up. You want value stocks going up. Besides the financials, you want the industrial stocks going up. You want Honeywell and Caterpillar and UPS, but you want those going. You want minerals going up. That's what you want. You want hotels and casinos, restaurants, clothing, healthcare, housing, just all going up. High yield, high interest rate means we're in the clear. We're going to be okay. But every day when they tell you how we're making an all-time new high, and what are they for? The NASDAQ 100, all-time new highs. You should be putting on a helmet. It's unbelievable. Nobody tells you the truth. Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to tell you the truth and what stocks you should be in. Right?
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Then go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, so here we are. The banks are now struggling. But the banks have been struggling since September of 2019, where the Federal Reserve prints money, destroys the dollar in your wallet, in your savings, the purchasing power, but they're printing money to prop up the banks. They've been propping up these banks since 2008, for God's sakes. That's the whole deal. Keep these banks, got to prop them up. They never fix them. And you're going to pay for all of that. Because all this debt, as a result of all that propping up, has consequences. Paying out stimulus checks up to $1,400 per individual, which also included, remember, $10 billion. They had to print $10 billion for direct financial assistance to help homeowners not just pay their mortgage, but pay their taxes for them, utilities, insurance, homeowners association dues. And yet they call this a booming economy when you got to print money. $10 billion so that you can, remember, you and I pay for your neighbor. If your neighbor needed that help, out of that $10 billion, you and I, if we're working hard, we're doing everything right, we're holding 2-3 jobs, but our neighbor sitting there in this pool with his iced tea, not working, because he's getting a stimulus check for $1,400, and he's got another program he can tie to where he doesn't have to pay his mortgage, doesn't have to pay his taxes, or his utilities, or his insurance, or homeowner association. You and I do that. We get tagged with that. That's under the American Rescue Plan. How do you rescue America by printing $10 billion to give to people? Here's $10 billion. We're going to take care of your utilities, your insurance. This is insane. How about providing them a job? Provide them a job. Never mind a check for the utilities. It was Pelosi, do you remember? Under Obama health care? She said, are you working just for your health insurance so you can get health insurance for yourself and your family? Stop working. We're going to give it to you free. Stop working. Go home. Learn how to play the piano. Do some artwork. That's really a funny one. Do some artwork. Don't go to work, she said. What the hell is going on? And people have no idea the consequences of the debt. $28 trillion. Think about it. That's a lot of money. And guess who's going to pay for that $28 trillion? We're almost at 30. Guess who pays for that? You and I. The workers. You take 157 million workers in this country who make a combined income of either $68,000 or $48,000 a year and less. They pay for it. They pay it off. People don't understand it. It's the workers who ultimately pay off that debt. Not the 1 percentile, not the 1/100th of 1 percentile, but the people who are working 70% of the workforce are working paycheck to paycheck. They get nailed. Unbelievable. Every year, Congress ignores the problem of this spending. Not only ignore it, but will come out with a stupid program like a rescue plan. See, all this could have been avoided since 2008. If they, in 2008, decided we're going to fix the economy, we're going to do a recovery, put people back to work, stop with this stupid stock buyback program. There's no incentive for a CEO who his salary, his bonus is tied to the stock to go out and eat. You think he's going to take the money and he's going to buy a new machine to increase productivity so the worker gets a big raise and his standard of living goes up and then that spending contributes to our GDP growth? He doesn't do that. So why am I going to do that? If I got $3 million, I'm not going to buy a new machine so we can produce 1,000 umbrellas a minute instead of one a minute. Why am I going to do that? I'm going to take the money and buy my own shares, the outstanding shares. I'm going to take them off the market, called stock buybacks, and that way there I can show a profit, I can show earnings when I don't have them. And because the stock going up, me, the CEO, I'm getting rich because every time the stock goes up, I get rich. I get more rich. It's unbelievable. The consequences, the hidden cost, all these higher interest rates, that reduces business investment. And also, it lowers our economic productivity. Everything's productivity. And then here's the real problem. It makes it harder for our government when there is an emergency to meet that emergency. Because why? Because most of our money goes out to paying the bill for all this past borrowing. Also, all this money that they're printing, it reduces income per person by $4,000. If you're making $65,000 combined income or less a year, that's why I have to laugh. They're going to give everybody $4,000. Remember that? But nobody was talking about it. So wait a minute, you're going to give me $4,000 in one hand, but because of all the debt, I'm paying $4,000 in the other hand to reduce that debt. It's unbelievable. The government allocates more funding towards paying off interest and then all the other investments. What happens then? There's no more investments. In other words, the government has to borrow so much money, print money and borrow money, that when a businessman goes in, he wants to start up a brand new business, he goes to the bank, he can't get a loan because he's been crowded out by the government because the government is borrowing heavily. So because the government needs so much money, they elbow everybody out of the way, and the entrepreneur went in, he has an idea, he wants to start a business, and start up businesses create all our jobs. About 70% of our jobs, but he can't start his business. That's another consequence of owing all this money. People have no idea what's going on. So what stock should you be in so you can protect yourself? That's the question. I'm going to talk about those when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, look. Just because the government prints all this money and they inject trillions into what they call stimulus money, never mind the QE, that's a whole different story. Just let's talk about the recent stimulus money. And remember what stimulus is. It's a support system for economies that are failing. They make it sound like, oh, wow, we have stimulus? That means the economy's doing terrific. Doing terrific. Are you nuts? No. Stimulus, you don't do stimulus. You only do stimulus to support economies that are failing and a stock market that's going to crash, and you make sure you keep buying those stocks that keep going up when you have all the stimulus money, which keep interest rates low. Buy the stocks that are friendly to low rates and short the ones that aren't. It's that easy. We do it every day. Every day at 2 o'clock, we tell our members exactly what to do. We put our portfolio out there, our gang member portfolio, and tell them exactly what to do with each stock in our portfolio so they can't go wrong. Example.
Schlumberger, go ahead and add to this short position as you got a nice engulfing candle. You're making a new low, beautiful look.
Who does that for you? Does anybody do that for you? No. So just remember, when you hear all this great stimulus, it's hurting every person on Main Street because every dollar in your wallet has less and less value, less and less purchasing power. And when you go to the store and you say, boy, has prices gone up? That's a tax that Biden told you would never be taxed because you don't make $400,000. It's a tax. It's a hidden tax, for God's sakes. So, all this QE and zero rates and monetization of debt and all of these games are all financial engineering. It doesn't help the economy. Look at the economic growth since 2008. We've been averaging to today 1.6%. Never mind that 6% quarter, the first quarter we had here in 2021, 8% in the second quarter. Watch how that drops. You just watch how that drops. That's all phony. It's unbelievable. So all this stock buybacks, all for the purpose of artificially boosting earnings to artificially push up stock prices to help the CEOs make more money and the biggest shareholders and the hedge funds. Remember, the stocks are going up without having to add to top line sales. When's the last? I've been in the market. Look, I've been on this earth 75 years. Been in the market for 52 years. And it's the first time in history I've ever seen where they're telling, don't worry, a company doesn't have to increase its top line sales. A company doesn't have to increase its margins. A company doesn't have to increase its free cash flow for the stock to go up. Companies can be losing money and stocks still go up because we're engineering it to go up. So make sure you're in the right stocks and you'll be just fine. In fact, you'll make more money in a financially engineered market than you ever would do in an honest market, because you know exactly where to go. You know what stocks to buy, what stocks to short. You don't know that, and you have an honest market. When you have an honest market where there's real price discovery, where you and I decide on the price of the stock, not a hedge fund printing more, and not the Federal Reserve printing more. They decide where the stock price. And when stock prices go down, oh, don't worry about it. The plunger team will come in. They'll fix it all. Not to worry about it. They'll go buy the futures. Go to Chicago, buy the futures. That way, if a stock goes down, the market's down 200-300 points, we'll get it back up to even today. Don't worry about it. And as long as you know that, you're going to be making money. You'll be in the right stocks. So all this financial engineering, including all the purchase of index futures, you'll know exactly which stocks to be in. Look, remember, a company's stock price is the value of future cash flows. But it's all discounted by interest rates. So when rates move higher, material stocks, commodities, they drop in price. So all you got to do is watch the rates. Just watch the rates. We do that every day for our members. Watch the 10-year Treasury yield. And technology stocks, big tech, they want low rates. And all we do is keep trying to push these rates down. So just take, for example, what's going on now. If you take what happened today, you go look at the Facebook and Netflix and all these stocks, they're moving back up again. Why? What happened here? They're moving up, even though the 10-year Treasury yield went up from last night. Think of this. Any yield that's under 150 basis points, consider that a low yield. So at one point we were at 135 basis points, which is very low. So today we're back up to, I think it's 139 basis points. 135, that's very low. Anything under 150 is low. So when you know that you got the yields or interest rates going down, just to look at the Treasury, then you know, okay, I'm going to be fighting the big tech stocks. So Google's running up today. You got Facebook running up today. You got Microsoft, that's running up today. Apple's running up today. Now, if you go down and you take a look at the banks, and boy, they've been telling you, buy the banks, and they've been running up for the last 2 weeks. They're trying to push them up. Well, you can't push banks up when yields are going down. So they even tried this week to rally the interest rates up to see if they get the banks to go up. It didn't work. So if you're in bank stocks, I told you last week, don't buy the bank stocks. Phil Grandy said if you bought a bank stock between June 18th and today, you're going to lose money. And if you did, you lost money, and you're going to lose money again. People who bought bank stocks from July 8th to today, you're going to lose money. So if you're listening to these phonies on these business networks, and if you're buying Morgan Stanley or JP Morgan, you're going to lose money on those stocks. Give you an example. Take JP Morgan. That's an investment bank. Remember, if you're going to be in any banks, make sure you're in investment banks. Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan. Be in investment banks. Those are the ones that are going to go up. So you have a stock like JP Morgan. The high on JP Morgan was $167, $167 going back on June 1. Today, the stock is, after it fell, it's only 154. Between 154 and that 167, that's called overhang. You gotta try to get up through 8% of sellers. You don't know that. All you're hearing from all these idiots, okay, on the fake business news network, buy the banks, right? You got to chew your way up. You got to go up 8% to make a new high. It's almost impossible because the rates are going the wrong way. The rates are going against you. They're below 150 basis points. So you should be sticking with your bank stocks. You also should be taking a look at your other growth stocks. Get rid of your bank stocks because they're not going to go anywhere. Stay with your big tech, your growth stocks. Those do well with low yields. And why don't you take a look at some utility stocks. Take a look at some healthcare stocks. See, you got to know where to be. Take a look at communication stocks like Comcast or Verizon. That's what you do when you got these rates that are so low, below 150. You shouldn't be in these bank stocks or industrials or materials or energy. But who tells you that? Nobody. We take care of our clients here, I'll tell you that. Right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Warning, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up. It never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Go to my site, philsgang.com. When you go there, you'll see Working Investor Group. Sign up for it for 10 days. It's free. You get the color-coded chart that tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add to your position, when not to add to your position, when to run like hell. But better, when the stock is going to go back down, you'll know in advance, and then we set you up to sell it short so you're making money on the way down. Nobody's doing that for you in your 401ks. Nobody. Even your planners aren't doing that. Your brokers aren't doing that. They never want you to make money on the way down. So here we are. They're all confused on Wall Street, because here's the one thing they've been doing. Think about this. For 13 years, they've been able, especially starting in 2013 to today, they've been able to keep pushing up tech stocks by artificially keeping interest rates down. And when they made that decision, your Congress, your representatives, working with the Federal Reserve, they made the decision in 2008, let's prop up the market. Let's prop it up, and let's prop up the economy. Because if we try to fix it, we got to fix the banks, and we don't want to touch the banks. And if we got to fix it, it's going to take too long, because we need to go into a recession. Any economy that gets in trouble, they've got to go into a recession. You got to get rid of your debt. You got to tighten up your belt, clean up your balance sheets. And you come out of that, any country after a recession comes out like a rocket ship. Boom, big jobs. That's the way it works. All of our presidents since Bush, the 4 presidents, didn't want a recession. They wanted to keep those tech stocks going up because that's where everybody was making a fortune. Who's everybody? The 1 percentile. Those people who make $400,000 to $500,000 a year, who have a net worth of $3 to $5 million, who have doubled, okay, their income, their net worth, rather, because of buying tech stocks, because the Federal Reserve with Congress, because they're part of 1 percentile, rigged the market to make sure they're going to print this money instead of telling the people that printing money for stimulus, when they got to the stimulus, never mind the QE part, they lied enough about QE. Are you kidding? All during QE, from 2008 up to the stimulus, they lied and said, boy, this printing of money is going to be terrific. Everything's going to flow down to Main Street. Main Street's going to get good jobs. It's going to be terrific for Main Street. Main Street got screwed because Main Street didn't get new jobs. How can they get good jobs when the CEO of the company has to make a decision? Let's see, I got $3 million here. I can put it in new equipment so my people can get a nice raise for the next 3 years. Or do I take that $3 million myself and I buy our company's stock, which my bonus is tied to, and when I buy the company's stock, reduce the amount of shares the companies have outstanding when I buy it, because I have my employment contract tied to it, stock prices go up artificially, all fake, and I'm going to pick up an extra $12 million a year, which the CEO has been doing. So they make a decision, CEOs. Should I give up my I make a $22 million salary. Should I give up that other $13 million that I make by doing stock buybacks to force my stock price to go up when there's no profits? Or should I do this for the country and for the people on Main Street who don't have assets, who don't have diamonds, don't have art, don't have these metals? Should I do it for them, be an honest CEO? Of course not. They're not going to do it for you. So anybody who knows anything about the stock market, this was the easiest money maker ever. There's no way. You'll never see a market like this again where making money is so easy because it's financially engineered to keep going up by keeping rates low. Now, listen to this. Listen to this. These are two dopes on the financial network, Fox or CNBC.
We think high tech is the place to be.
See, there they go. We think high tech is the place to be. Well, she's right, as long as they keep interest rates low, the yield's low, the treasury yield's low. But are you going to know when they're going to expand those yields, when they're going to turn around and start going up? Are you going to know exactly when they get out? No, you're not going to know. My members are going to know, especially my working investor group. They're going to know exactly when now it's time to get out of the tech stocks. It's time to get out of the tech stocks. It's also time. It's also time to get out of the healthcare stocks. It's also time to get out of our communication stocks to all do well when they keep interest rates low. And then we'll switch back over to the bank stocks. And we'll switch over to materials and industrials. See, nobody works with you. We do this every day. So that's what now listen what they're having a conversation. Listen to this conversation. So the first thing they always say, buy tech, buy tech, buy tech. That's all they know. That's all they know. Here's this.
Do we get to 3%? I'm going to say no, we do not. But, what do we know? Half the world thinks it's going up, half thinks it's going down. Nobody really seems to know.
That's pretty stupid, isn't it? They got her on here to give you advice and she doesn't know anything. She doesn't know anything. Let me tell you, you're not going to get yields to 3%. I wish we could. But the Federal Reserve stands in the way. They don't want yields. They do not want your 10-year Treasury yields going up and hit 3 or 4%. They don't want that. Be nice, wouldn't it? Just think about our economy be doing. Hotels would be rocking. Airlines would be rocking. Casinos. What a stupid statement she made. She knows darn well it's rigged to make sure the yields don't go up. So here's what you got to do to make money. If you just stay in the S&Ps, the S&P 500 stocks, because they reflect, remember, they keep pushing up the S&P when it should go down. But the big tech stocks, about 26% of the S&P 100 stocks are made up of tech. And that forces the whole S&P up. It's been doing that now. We've gone up 400%. But think about this. The stock market's going up 400%. But the economy, if you go since 2008, the economy's going up, if you figure an average of 1.6% a year. 1.6% a year when you average it out. So how can the economy going up just 1.6%, but your stock's going up 4%? Anybody with common sense would tell you something's wrong. But not for my gang, because we made sure we understand what the game is, so we made sure they're in the right stocks. You want to be in the big tech stocks. Or any of the growth stocks, even healthcare. See, that's what you got to understand. But nobody's going to tell you that. So imagine, and then Carlos sits there, he doesn't know what the hell he's doing, right? Or Kramer. See, Kramer's caught because he's got to be promoting. He's got to be promoting this. He's got to be behind, okay, let's keep pushing these tech stocks up. So he gets somebody, remember last week he got somebody in UMC?
Is United Microelectronics a buy at this level?
I think so. I think so. It's just doing really well. I mean, the chart is wrong. The stock is doing well. I'm okay with it.
Well, let me tell you what we did. Using our color-coded chart, UMC, I said, we'll buy this at the right point. And finally the right point came. When the stock broke above $9.82. And our color-coded chart turned green, telling us we got enough money now flowing into this stock. We did a buy on it. We did a buy, but we knew. We were patient. That was about 2-3 weeks ago. People lost money listening to him on that stock. And then he says he likes Ford, right?
I got to tell you, you know which one I like best? Ford!
Ford! Okay, but when does Ford do well? When does Ford do well? When interest rates are going up. That's right. Because if interest rates are going up, that tells you the economy is doing well. So why would you be buying Ford right now when they're trying to suppress interest rates? What are you, nuts? So we've been shorting Ford, not buying it. Look, go to my site, philsgang.com, where it says Working Investor Group. Get your color-coded chart for 10 days free, and get your membership for 10 days free. And you'll have fun doing it. And all we ask, if you decide to stay with us and you make money, please help St. Jude. Sign up today. It's free for 10 days.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to